I think for so many of us, the voice in our head is just, it's a constant battle. We put something off or we feel this spike of anxiety, and the first thought is always, I need to fix myself.
Or that really heavy one, I'm broken.
Exactly. I'm broken.
And that belief that we're somehow fundamentally flawed is just so painful. But what if that whole idea is wrong? Richard Schwartz, who founded the internal family systems model, he has this message that is just so relieving.
Which is what?
That there are no bad parts of you. None. There are only parts that are trying really desperately to protect you.
Wow. Okay, so that reframes everything. This means you don't need to fix or get rid of pieces of yourself.
Right.
So for this deep dive, our mission is to unpack that. This idea of the mind as a system of parts and how healing can actually happen when you finally stop fighting your own brain.
Yeah, and when you look at it, the mind really does act like a system, like an internal family full of different parts or subpersonalities.
And we all know them. It's the inner critic, the anxious part, the perfectionist.
All of them. And they're all just responses to emotional wounds we've picked up along the way.
Okay, so let's get into this cast of characters. I know they fall into three main roles based on what they do. So what are they?
Yeah.
And what are they protecting?
Right. So you can think of it by how close they are to the pain. At the very core, you have what are called the exiles.
The exiles.
Yeah, these are the young, wounded parts inside us. They carry the really big burdens like deep shame or fear or trauma from things that happened. And their pain is so overwhelming that the rest of the system works really hard to keep them locked away.
So that hiding is essential. And that leads to the next group, right?
Yeah.
The ones who are basically the security guards.
Exactly. Those are the managers. And they are proactive. They are the control freaks of the system. Their whole job is to manage your life so that those exiles never, ever get triggered. So your perfectionist part, your people pleaser, they're all managers.
And they're driven by fear, not by a genuine desire to be perfect. They're just trying to stop a bad feeling from happening.
Totally. It's all prevention. But of course, you can't control everything. Managers fail.
Right. So what happens when the pain bursts through anyway?
That's when the third group rushes in. The firefighters. They are the emergency response team.
Okay.
The second an exile's pain floods the system, the firefighters they douse the flames immediately.
And this is where things like addiction or binge watching or just sudden anger come from.
Yep. Addictions, emotional shutdown, rage, anything for instant relief. They don't care about the long-term consequences. They just need the pain to be gone right now.
This feels like the key insight for anyone listening. Because our first instinct is to fight the firefighter, right? To shame the part that binges or to try and argue with the inner critic.
Absolutely. But if you fight a part or shame it, it just digs its heels in and gets louder. It doubles down on its protective job. These parts only relax when they feel seen and understood, not controlled.
But who's doing the understanding? It can't be another part because they're all too busy reacting.
This is the most important piece of the whole model. Underneath all that noise, all the chaos of the parts, there is the self.
And the self isn't a part.
No, it's your core, your natural, healing, powerful center that is never, ever damaged by trauma. It's who you are, and it's full of compassion and confidence and clarity.
And it has this one quality that changes everything, which is curiosity.
Yeah.
It doesn't judge the mess, it just gets curious about it.
Exactly. So healing isn't about eliminating a part. It's about letting yourself lead again.
How does that work in practice?
You literally turn toward that part that's causing you trouble, the procrastinator, the anxious one, and you ask it with genuine curiosity, what are you trying to protect me from?
And you just listen, without judgment.
You just listen. And when the part feels heard, it feels safe enough to let go of the extreme burden it's been carrying, and yourself can step back into leadership.
And I imagine this completely changes your nervous system.
Yeah.
When you get triggered, realizing a part of me is activated instead of I am a mess must reduce so much shame.
It's a game changer. You go from a state of internal war to a state of internal compassion.
So really the whole takeaway from this deep dive is that single shift from saying I'm broken to realizing, oh, a part of me is hurting and it just needs my care.
Yes, that's it.
So to leave everyone with a final thought, the most provocative idea here is that every single coping mechanism you have, every bit of anger or fear or avoidance, it had a good reason for showing up at some point. It was trying to protect you. And the deepest healing isn't about getting rid of any part of yourself. It's just about finally becoming a safe home for all of them.